Welcome to Warblog. Today I'm going to look at the defence of Jalalabad. This is not actually an official title, it's the title I gave it. I was going to call it the Jalalabad Coup or something like that, and I thought, well, hang on, I don't know much about this. Essentially it's a follow-on from the Saur Revolution. It's really just a footnote from the book by Mark Urban that says that the 11th Division was shot dead. The following day, the resistance in Jalalabad was overcome, and the commander of the 11th Division was shot dead, I should say. Clearly I can't spell very well. Let me just change that. Okay, so I've sort of done that. The first word is actually sort of right. So it says the following day the resistance in Jalalabad is overcome, because it says following on from the coup in Kabul, the People's Democratic Party of Afghanistan sent armoured units to Jalalabad, where loyalist officers of the 11th Division refused to accept the coup. The following day the resistance in Jalalabad is overcome. So that's in the past tense, referring to this previous paragraph, and the commander of the 11th Division was shot dead. So that sort of makes sense. It's a simple game, so essentially it's just a footnote where Mark Evans says that the coup was not accepted in Jalalabad, so that the following day they sent armoured units. The coup was not accepted by the leader of the 11th Division in Jalalabad, so we don't know how much they had, so I've given them a sort of fair enough number of units. And obviously you have some armoured units here that come on in 2 turns. Now what I have done is sort of put up positions here, because it seems that these are defensive positions. There's no reason to assume that they did, but it's maybe something that I might do. It's an interesting map actually. I'm not sure whether or not I've really done it as much justice as I might hope I should have done. Look, I haven't done that. 1 minute. Okay, so I've sort of done that. And I mean, it's just a minor detail, but what I was saying is I'm pretty sure that maybe the suburbs of Jalalabad should extend maybe a bit further out. I thought I'd do a big map, but I don't really seem to have. I don't feel as though I've sort of done it sort of justice that that I wanted to with the big map. I'll show you why. Because here we have the this game, which is essentially it's an attack on Jalalabad after the Soviets leave, but it's a total of 6 hexes, and here we really don't have much more. It's slightly bigger, but I did sort of intend to do something a little more significant than this, but it's almost as paltry as this. In fact, this might be even better. It's got some agricultural units there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to play this. I talked long enough on the other one. We've got plenty of units, so we're going to start off with maybe some air attacks here. Well, let's focus the rest of it on these. No effect. Okay, 2.2, that's good. Looks like we might have to attack them to clear that road up. It's attacking across a bridge, but we are armoured, so let's see. 7-1 and a DE. Okay, so, well, Not a lot of point really, but probably better off just sitting there recovering a little. Here, the dispositions, we want to sort of maintain that bridge there. I think these units, do we want to move into there? At the moment it doesn't matter. Okay. Point 6. So that's 3. So I should leave him about 5.1. Taking morale checks. See if we can do it with 2 units. Yep. So we eliminated him. Meaning we can just sweep straight through with this. And these units should be able to come through here. Okay, that's as far as I can get. What I am going to do, just so that he doesn't start attacking supply lines, is I'm going to try and eliminate him. Well, that was a DR. Okay, well, the pressure's on now. Still not going to move our positions. Well, I'm pretty sure we will eliminate him this time. Yes. And that preserves our supply lines. We'll bring him back over the river. Okay. He's actually entrenched and they're only dug in, so yeah, so let's go for these ones. Not too impressive through and through. Let's see if we can just drive straight through with this armour. 4-1 and a DR. I don't want to attack him yet. It's going to be much tougher. But what I can do is an attrition. Two to 1 with 2. Okay, so the pressure's truly on now. Looks like they're not going to try anything across this side of the river. So he's been pushed back. Let's push him into there. Okay, see how that works. No effect. 0.2, 0.1, 0.4. Pushing him to 0.6 and 1.25. Large armoured assault into these infantry units. I was going to say a piece of cake, but not really. A 4 to 1 is fairly respectable. He's depression 4.25, so I think we can follow that attack through to there. And do an attrition into here. I imagine this might be about a 1 to 1 or less. Oh, a 2 to 1. So that might have been that might be a reasonable target next. So we can do an attrition here. One to 4. Nope. Right. Which one do we want to take out this time? Depression 3, 0, 0. This is a weak stack. Let's pummel that first. Oh, before we do that, let's dedicate our air power somewhere. So this is a fairly reasonable stack. This one here hasn't been attacked. I think I'm going to concentrate on... I'm actually going to concentrate on these because I might be able to... Decisions. go for these. There's more of them. They're in dense urban though. Okay, so that's 3.4, 0.65, 1.8. So I'm going to do my static attack on that. So it pushes him back. A DR. .25. I'm surprised none of those routed. So I'm going to do 2 onto that. 4 to 1 and a DR. So they're still not routing. Okay, they've got movement, but not enough to actually move. So I'm not going to bother attacking that. Well, this is their last stand, really. Which stack? Let's go for this one. No routes, no eliminations. Should have done it on that one, really. DR. They're just not routing at all. It's almost unbelievable. We should be able to eliminate this entire stack. What are their depressions on? 2.65, 7.6, 10.25. The 10.25 has to go. Yes, look at them, all 3 of them. About time. And a dice roll of 1. Okay, well, let's push these ones out. 7.2 and 7. Yeah. One unit eliminated. Okay. Well, at this point, I think that they're going to run away. And the commander of the 11th Division gets shot. Jalalabad is captured. Well, there you go. That makes it a bit of a difference from the previous video, where I spent almost an hour talking and going through a rather banal playthrough. I think that was quite an interesting sort of battle. I mean, I don't think there's much chance that they would have lost, but I don't really know what happened at that battle. It could be that they gave up straight away. I'm not tempted, but I feel as though I could be tempted to reduce the number of red armor units to make it a little bit more of a challenge, but I don't really think that's the idea. I'm just wondering how much of an impact the actual armoured units were. In fact, they were armour against infantry, because they get sort of like a 50% modifier or 80% modifier. They're almost doubled, I think, armoured against infantry. I'm also wondering, under other circumstances, I mean, if they had sort of anti-tank weapons, whether that would have made a difference, being armour without infantry support. But I think in 1978, the sort of technology they had was a lot more limited, especially before the arrival of the Soviets, and further, that they weren't ready for it. I mean, it was only a couple of days earlier, the day before, that the coup happened. They didn't really have time to start investing in heavy defences and anti-tank armaments, and so they probably really were just infantry, and the tanks probably did just roll through the town like we've done there. And they're not simulations, but I really don't think that that's too unrealistic based on the fact that we don't really know anything about it. So I hope you thought that was interesting. Remember, if you feel you can play it differently or better, then sign up and have a go, and I'll speak to you later. Cheerio.